Coston Lakes, what have we got here? So I think you can book this one through Facebook Messenger. There'll be a mobile number there as well. It's quite a small little fishery. Used to be a trout fishery, I know. There's one or two good pike in there. I'm not sure they're there anymore because if the trout have gone, they might get a little bit smaller, but I know there'll still be one or two good ones in there. But mainly carp and some good carp in there. And there's not many swims, and they don't like too many people to fish it at one time, but it's always fully booked. And yeah, it's not a syndicate, it's a day ticket, but you have to book it weeks in advance, otherwise you'll never get in there. And they get some absolute cracking carp in there. Probably one of the best in the county, I would say. And yeah, they're old gravel pits. The average depth is about 10 feet. And the carp are nearly £40 in there, and yeah, if you like all the other stuff as well, you get some good specimen. It's a specimen water, really. There's all sorts in there, big eels and tench and all sorts in there, bream, and yeah, so it's out near Watton, that one. So give it a go. The old Swangy. Yeah, I've fished it a few times. There's carp in there. There's catfish in there. There's pike in there. In the other lake, I say the other lake, the one without the island in the middle, there's pike in there, and there's carp and tench and all that sort of stuff. But the main lake is with the island is mainly sort of carp. I think there's one or two fairly good ones in there. So yeah, it's near Attleborough. Shallow Brook Lakes here. Now the lake to your left, there's plenty of sort of proper sort of carp fishing in there. That is like the carp lake. I'm not sure what the other lake does to the far left, but there's some quite good ones in there apparently. It won't set the world alight, but it's there's a few in there. There's a match lake, and the lake opposite the road, it's called Snake Lake, and there's some good tension there. There's some smaller carp in there. It's more of a sort of a just like a commercial sort of lake really, but it's very overgrown. Pike in there as well, and it's definitely good if you like somewhere to go for a tench. But yeah, there's carp in there. Ty from Mills Lake. So I used to fish here when you could fish it on a day ticket. It's not a day ticket anymore. It's a syndicate. Now you can buy the tickets from their little shop they have down there, down the little lane, the little track, and there's all fish and tackle in there. And or you can buy it online. It's part of Anglia Water Parks, so you might even be able to do it online. It's quite expensive. It's like £400 or £500 a year. But then again, if you go a lot and you do a lot of night fishing, well, you're all sort of in there. You probably want to go into the shop and have a word and just have a little chat about it. But it's got an otter fence. It's got tench. It's got everything in there, pike. But it's got some good carp in there too, and it's very sort of overgrown. So you would, in the summertime, if you hook up, you have the problems with regards to the fish going in the lilies and, all these bits and pieces. So it's quite a challenging little fishery, but a nice and quiet, peaceful one. Right, Barbara Lakes is another one here. This is also a syndicate as well, so you have to contact them direct, and it's not too expensive. It's expensive, but not too expensive. I think it's a few years ago, it was like 350, 375, something like that. They do have alternate tickets, depending on what you want to do. They have like a Tench Lake ticket for about £100, and there's a Carp Lake ticket for about £100 as well, where you can only fish in that little lake. There's 7 or 8 lakes here, I think. It's mainly a tench fishery. There's no otter fence. The carp of the 2000s have pretty much been eaten, really. They're gone. So really, people do fish for carp in there. There's nowhere near the volume of carp they used to have there, and the big fish. They're all gone. But if you like tench, this is probably one of the best places to go in the county, I would say, or quite a few counties. It is that good. There's some real monsters there, and for some reason the otters don't like the taste of tench, or yeah, well they obviously don't like the taste of tench because there's still a hell of a lot in there. Yeah, and it's definitely, if you like that, go for that. Charity lakes. This one, another syndicate lake, Sindlen Wade. Drive down a track. Used to fish it years ago when it was a day ticket for pike and things like that. Now it's got the carp. I think in this diagram, towards your left with the island, the big uns are in there. I think there's quite a few photographs of some really big carp there. Carp in the other one, obviously. I think the long, narrow one, don't quote me on this, but I think that's the Tench Lake. So it's a bit of everything. If you like tench, you can go there and specialise in that. If you like carp, you can go there. They give you a key to the gate. It's quite expensive. It's like 400 quid for the year. They have different bands of memberships and all this sort of stuff, whether you want to do the tench or not. And all in all, yeah, it's. I'm pretty certain they've got a fence there here because of the Wensum so close. Yeah, that's quite a good one then. Right, Billingsford Lakes. I've not actually been to this one. There is quite a lot of lakes here. So yeah, there's not really too much I can say about it. Other than I know it's a good fishery for roach and dace and trout. Chub, they've got a stretch of the Wensum there. I think most of the lakes there's 4 large lakes and 5 small ones. 42 acres of fishing, carp to £20. Yeah, there's I think one of the lakes, what they call the East Lake, has got £35 sort of carp in it and stuff like that. So yeah, it's it's really nice, picturesque sort of environment. So yeah, it's just yeah, I'm not sure if it's got an otter fence or not, but and how much it costs, but it's yeah, I'm sure it would say online.